Hello and welcome to Whitelands Restorations.
Very interesting episode for you this week, guys. We've got 3 very interesting jobs coming in.
This one.
This one.
That one.
That one and that one.
Let's go through them.
It's going to be like a week in the life
It
of
is a bit
Whitelands
of a week in the life.
Restorations.
Well, I love doing these ones.
Yeah, they are fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
Shall we have a little look, see what's been brought in for us?
Yes.
Right, I think we start with this one.
Yes.
Mk1 Mini Cooper.
Yes, so we got this lovely little Mini Cooper here with a little bit of damage to the door there. Now the hinges had come off for repair. They've been bushed out by Tim at Cambrian Classics, and unfortunately when he lifted that off, the paint lifted off, which is very understandable because nobody has used any form of etch, so that is just coming straight off.
There's a pocket behind there, isn't there?
So there's absolutely no key at all, so that had no chance of surviving the hinge being lifted off.
Well, the Mk1 Mini is known for its external hinges, so...
Well, can't take them away, can we?
Can't take them away. But we can repair, so we are going to be going through what we would do to repair something like this.
Yeah, so this is the main job of the
trio. Let's go and have a look at job number 2. Second job of the day.
A Subaru bootlid.
Not for this Subaru, but for another Subaru.
No, not for the one we're doing. Another good friend of mine, not far away, dropped this off another body shop, actually, funnily enough. So he's asked us to cut this out and weld that up, and if we've got time, bit of filler work.
Now, Subarus are quite known for this, aren't they? Trapped under the spoiler.
That big wing sits on there, all the water sits underneath it, it just rots.
It is, it's perforated through and everything.
It's
so
completely gone.
Second job will be to show you how we do the repair on that.
Bit of cutting, a bit of welding.
Ooh, third repair. Ooh, watch the ladder.
It's a little bit agricultural.
Look at this. It's only a tractor door. Look at this, it's huge.
You might be wondering, what the bloody hell am I doing repairing a tractor door? Because I like loyal customers.
We have some lovely customers.
We do.
And
this guy's brought this up. He's been a customer for a very long time, and he's always come back, and we like to look after him because he's a good customer.
He is, but this has got a little bit of corrosion.
Bit of corrosion there, bit of corrosion there, and a bit of corrosion there, and there's basically spider legs
everywhere,
all through it.
It's proper.
So it's not much of it, is there? I'll probably pop the windows out, take the frames out, and just strip all of the paint off the front, repair the rust, deal with the rust. If that's a hole, deal with the hole, and repair and repaint, basically.
Doesn't matter what it is. If it's rusty, we can fix it.
Matching the colour.
Matching the
colour. Always a tricky one. Do you know what? Tractors.
I don't know what tractor this is from.
It's a Ford, apparently.
Is it a Ford?
Yeah.
There we go. I just assume it is, when it's blue, one of those blue ones.
New Holland.
New Holland, that's it.
Such a tractor
You're
geek.
such a tractor geek. Oh my god. Oh my god, the truth's coming out now.
No.
Now, there we go. So we're going to get that all done, the bootlid done, and the Mini
by the end
in
of
this episode.
Yeah.
Right, I think you better be cracking on.
Yeah, let's start with the Mini.
Let's start with the Mini.
The first thing I'm doing is going to make sure every bit of dust I make, which is quite a lot, isn't going to go in the car because it's quite clean in there. So we're just masking off this giant hole, and then we'll get cracking on that repair. Right, now I've protected this from any damage and we've masked up the inside so no dust can get into there. I need to start digging away at this damaged area. So I'm going to be using a little whizzy wheel with one of these Roloc discs, and I'm just going to take that area off and see what we're dealing with. So super easy to do. That looks pretty good. Let's get a DA and clean that back. I can see that the primer hadn't stuck at all, but where the filler is, it's stuck perfectly fine. So we're just going to clean this back now with a DA, reapply some filler and get some primer on it. Oh, this job is going beautifully. It's always nice to see that there's nothing more sinister going on underneath here. This was just a simple case of a bit of primer on the paint that shouldn't have been there. Some primers are okay to go direct to metal, some aren't always worth reading your data sheets. Our filler is okay to go direct to metal. Most of the time I like to use an epoxy, but on small repairs like this it's just much more efficient. Go straight into filler and get some primer on. So we're going to key up the area around the repair and get some filler. Oh boy! Don't know where that boy came from. Oh my god, son! You psycho! You loco! I just spotted this tiny crack. I don't know if I can get you to see. There it is, see it? Ah man, I may as well deal with that whilst I'm here. It's only a small panel. It's the one panel. I'll be painting the whole thing. It'd be sad to leave that behind, wouldn't it? Oh, right then, bit of degreaser. That lower part was exactly the same as the top. It's just a tiny crack from a little bit of pressure from the hinge bolting up, you know. Everything's now nice and clean and dry. After degreasing it, make sure you wait for that either to evaporate or get a blowgun on it and blow it dry before you apply your filler, which is here. I don't know if anybody knew this, but we sell these filler boards on our website, Whiteland Restorations. If you fancy one, pop over and help yourselves because they are bloody brilliant. Oh, that looks lovely, that. Let's get this applied. Should we do the easy one first at the bottom? Yeah. Get our eye in, I think. Because I need to get my eye in every time. I'm so not used to doing filler work. Nearly. One more. So I'm using my fingers and my thumb to put a bit of a curve on the filler board, on the filler spreader. To give me just the right amount in, and I can then sand the rest away. Easy peasy. I like to remove the excess as well. Like that. So that's great. We'll leave that one slightly more awkward, this second one, because it's where it curves a bit more and it's also at a bit of an angle. A bit too much filler up in that corner. Not too much filler. Being greedy, I'm trying to get it done in one hit, you know. Yeah, I think we'll see what that sounds back like and go with that. While we're waiting for the filler to set, let's have a look at our Valspar colour book to see if we can find a blue that matches. Pretty close. Looks like we really lucked out with the colour on that tractor door there. That looks spot on. We'll do a mix up and a spray out and see how close it actually is. But for now, the filler is dry. I will need to find those holes. So I've got this. This is a remote control car body hole reamer, which is extremely good at poking holes in filler. You do this before you sand, because you can still see where they are. Right, excellent job as per usual. So move straight on to sanding. It's a bit of 80 grit on a very hard surface. Just going to lightly go over it. Make sure things are nice and flat. All the 80 grit is now done. We're going to move down through the grades. This is a 180, and then we'll finish off with a 240 on a DA to get rid of any production marks, meaning these lines that we're leaving behind in the sanding. So yeah, let's just try and remove those 80 grit marks now. ready for primer. Very happy with that repair. Oh, I love this plastic mask stuff, you know. It does make things easy. Ta-da! Bit of masking tape, you're ready to go. At the top here, I'm going to be using a thing called a soft edge. So take a bit of masking tape and just fold one edge over so it's solid on one side. If you can see, that's both sides. It gives you a little bit of a flappy edge, so some of the primer can go underneath it, but not all of it. I'm going to put that right at the top up here. That stops any form of hard edge of primer developing there, that which would be hard to sand flat. There we go. Now you know. That is ready for primer when I'm ready to primer it. So let's go crack on with the tractor door. I can leave this until the end of the day, really. So yeah, let's crack on with some other jobs. First thing I need to crack on with is popping this glass out. Oh, it's very big and very heavy. Oh, bloody tractors, eh? Oh my goodness. So I do believe they're just on a rubber. We should be able to pull the rubber back and push them out like we would any other normal car. So let's get these out of the way properly and then crack on with some repair work. Right, that's where I want it, facing like that. Then we can just poke the rubber underneath. Bit by bit. Once you've got it started, it becomes a lot easier. Right then, we've got everything removed off of the door. Now we just need to get the paint off and deal with these rusty spots. Now, I'm kind of thinking we may as well just remove all the paint because it's literally just that much around some windows. There's not a lot of paint to take off. So why fiddle about doing all the little bits and then have all that annoying blending nonsense to deal with, feathering out. So let's just take it all off and have done with it. So the fastest way I can think of doing that is with one of these beauties on a grinder and just rip into it, mask on, glasses on, be minutes, strip all this paint off, and let's see exactly what we're working with. I said that would be the fastest way to deal with that, didn't I? So here we are, all done basically. I'm just degreasing it, ready for some epoxy, because bare metal, there's quite a lot of bare metal, may as well chuck some epoxy on it. Nothing really to report, it's all quite clean. A fair amount of filler down here, must be some dents, some big dents. Nothing that a bit more filler won't fix. But the repair that was here, I say repair, that's what it came in for, that big dollop of rust. The MBX wheel, oh, absolutely removed it. What a bit of kit that is. So, like I said, mask and epoxy, that's 2 repairs done today. Quite happy with that. So we'll come back in tomorrow once this is all set, hopefully. Get that Mini into some paint and maybe even do something on that Subaru bootlid. So we're going to start with the Mini. I've got the primer in the gun ready to go. This is Spectral. This is great primer. So we're going to give it a few coats, and between coats we're going to go and epoxy the tractor door and the hinges. Don't forget about the hinges. They have been sandblasted and hanging up there ready to go. The hinges for this, that is. So yeah, let's get some paint on. So, successful day one.
Very successful. Man, you were, I don't know, you were on point. You were going for the finish line already.
Everything worked out well, and when everything works out well, things go smoothly.
The Mini's in primer.
Primer.
Amazing. I've mixed the paint samples, checking the paint colours.
There's two paint variants for the colour, which is tartan red.
Did you know there was a variant for tartan red that was available for 1 year only?
Yeah.
And I thought it's not going to be the one that was for 1 year only. It's going to be the more popular one. No.
It's looking like it was the very weird shade.
The very rare shade
but
of tartan red.
It's a slightly redder red, which is nice.
Yeah. We're just waiting for it to dry to see if it's the right colour, but it's looking promising.
Tractor door went really good. Stripped the paint off of that, got it into some epoxy. Today we're going to get the filler work done and get into some primer.
I've done some paint for that. We're going to check if that's close enough.
But
as
mainly
well.
today we've got a bit of welding to do on the Subaru. Yeah, this is actually quite a complex shape. It's curved across the back. It's also curved in the middle down to a point, and there's a line that goes off that way. And this patch is directly in the middle of all of those shapes. So we've definitely got our work cut out for us. I've got a bit of metal here, and we're just gonna wing it, I think. I think we're gonna try and get this radius in first, and then maybe use the shrinker to pull this curve in, and then use a stretcher to push it apart, and then maybe the Jenny to put this bead back in here. Shouldn't be too difficult. It is a complex shape, like I said, but we'll be all right, I think. So let's get to some fabrication. How about a bit of a music montage, and we can crack on. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that bit of montage. We got a lot of work done during that. So we got the patch made and cut in and welded in, and I've done the other side as well. And the other side's even into some fillet at the moment. Both bits went in beautifully. I'm really happy with them. The door and this now need some filler. So we're going to crack on with that. It's long gone 5 o'clock and I still want to get this into epoxy and this into some primer. So I've got a lot of work ahead of us. Yes. So about time to press on, I guess, isn't it? So I'm going to smash this back with a DA, smooth it out most of this area, get a coat of filler on that. Whilst that's setting, I'm going to key that up and get a coat of filler on that. When that's setting, I'm going to be sanding that end down and swap until this is all ready to go. So there's no such thing as standing still waiting for something to go off. There's always something to do. Good morning. Yeah, yesterday went very well. Sorry I had to switch the cameras off and concentrate. I had to push quite hard to get the last leg of yesterday done. But I did get it done, and the boot is finished and has gone back to the body shop. So tractor door's coming on lovely. I've come in, I started flattening it down. We're going to get this into paint ASAP. And then we're going to get back onto the Mini and finish that off beautifully. So let's get this door out the way. So we're hitting this with a 320 disc on quite a squidgy block. It's quite squidgy, this one. It's nice for these kind of things because it's very forgiving. Yeah, so it's just a light one over with the 320. It's quite cloggy, but yeah, like I said, just a light one, and then some 500 over the top. Lovely. Right, we're going to finish this off with a drop coat. This is just some random satin black. Very lightly go over each area. This will show you where you have sanded and where you haven't. Very important, that. And that's all it takes, a very light dusting of black. And then here we've got 500 soft pads. These things are great, so we're just going to gently sand over the rest of it. Make sure we've got every single bit keyed up, ready to take the paint. Well, so far so good. The tractor door is painted. It looks really bloody good. Yeah, happy with that. So we're going to move straight on to the Mini. We're going to try and get this in paint next today. Shouldn't be too hard. It's just gone lunchtime. It's only a small bit to paint and the two hinges. So yeah, we're going to start straight in with some 320 grit and a bit of guide coat. Standard, block diagonally, block all over, bit of 500, and it's good to go. Right, that's a lovely little repair done. Time to get it in the booth and get some paint on it then.
Popping on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow the day. Popping on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow the day. I'ma blow the day. I ain't hearing what they say. Need a blue face. I've been caring about the face. I've been trying to all the time, man, it started to get obnoxious. Now I gotta drive, yeah, I'm feeling nauseous. Gotta drive top down, then I hop out. I've been feeling hot now. Feeling like the man, I'm my own boss now. Telling all my exes, now they getting crossed. Popping on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow the day. Popping on the west side, cause it's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow the day. I already blew up, man, I knew I would okay. Who the hell is you to tell the dude that I ain't great?
Well, wasn't that a fun week?
Wasn't it just very interesting, very varied? I think that's what we like about the work that we do so much, is that you never know what you're going to get week in, week out.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
I don't recommend eating anything you find on the floor in the workshop,
don't
though.
eat anything off the floor in
Ew.
here or off a bench. Biscuits are maybe safe, maybe.
Everybody's all right so far.
The stuff in the fridge, not so sure about that either.
You can tell I've not been around much. But no, we've had such a good week. You've done the hinge panel repair for the Mini Cooper.
Mini, that went smoothly.
Very nice,
Yeah.
very nice. What else? You done the tractor door?
That also went smoothly. That
Yeah.
was very easy.
Something a bit agricultural.
The rust just came out. It just came out. And
Good.
left metal behind, so that's always good because you don't have to weld it.
Win, win, win.
Yeah.
And the Scooby boot-lid repair.
Yeah, that was a little bit more tricky, but we win in the end, don't we? We win.
I think it's because it's just the curves going every which way.
Yeah, it went every which way
But
with the wibble in the middle.
yet again, piece of cake for you.
Yeah, not too difficult. I only used one specialist tool as well, the shrinker
Really?
stretcher. That's it. So basically, anybody could do that if they had a shrinker stretcher.
If you had a bench shrinky stretcher.
And they're only like 100 quid.
That's what you started out
Yeah,
with.
that's what I started
Yeah.
out with. Yeah.
But no, fantastic week, really happy. Coming up soon, Yeti video. Now, this Yeti, I love this Yeti so much. I have actually been daily driving the diesel
Yeah, the
E46.
diesel disaster.
Not gonna lie, it's a bit tricky having a two-door coupe because I can't put the roof down with getting the kids in the back and
Yes.
stuff. And it's also
Thirsty.
very
Yeah,
thirsty.
it's, we think the thermostat's stuck open.
Not getting up to temperature, drinking.
So
a
it's
lot
doing
of
like
fuel.
23 to the gallon, which is a
Yeah.
little bit alarming.
Bit different to the 16 for the Yeti.
The Yeti does amazingly.
It really does. It is a brilliant family car, highly recommend.
Yeah.
But its MOT's run out and it's not going to pass.
Right.
And we're going to show you why in a future episode.
Yes, coming up next week.
Next week.
So that's it for us here.
Yeah, that's it. We've been super busy. Let's on to the next week.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Click the bell. You know the score. Do all the other stuff. Check out the links in the description. And we'll see you next week.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Big booty 10 out of 10, little mama. I'm on a tour bus, moving around the country, counting money in pajamas. I don't deal with any drama. You gotta email my sister. That's my assistant. I'm about the business. God is my witness. On the west side, cause it's where I stay.